Hello, I am Umbrenero, and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is Reorganizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pendulum, and Link monsters. So, up first is Pendulum monsters. And with this video, this is the last of all of the monster cards, which says something. But up first, we have the Pendulum cards, and these are actually sorted more than just Pendulum. I have them as normal Pendulum, Effect Pendulum, and then if there was Fusion, Synchro, Tuner, Xyz, another special card, Pendulum. Just because these are very interesting cards, because this is how you can get a lot of cards out on your field very fast. And this video is another one where I'm actually going at my actual speed. So this is real time of how long it took me to do these two different categories of cards. So, again, like I have said in so many of the other videos, is I do have duplicates of some cards because that's just the luck of the draw, I guess. But in some decks, that actually comes in very handy, and a lot of these Pendulum cards work well together. So they come in very, very handy, I would say. And I'll say right now, the amount of Pendulum cards to Link cards that I have it's staggering. Like, there are a lot more of these. And yes, I do have very, very sparkly and shiny ones of these too. I have at least one very, very sparkly and shiny one. There is just something that feels therapeutic by just putting cards away. I don't know what it is, like, fully, but it does get to be relaxing sometimes. Now, with some other things that I'm going to be working on here in the next month or so, that's not going to be as relaxing as putting cards into a binder like this. But I will say, all of my monster cards ended up in 2 binders. That means the spells and trap cards, which are the final 3 videos of this series, take up a binder of their own. And it's going to make it easier than having 7 binders to look through to find the various card you're looking for. Like, I rather have 3 binders than 7. Yes, these are 4-inch binders, but still, there's more in them. And sometimes you need to go run and find more sheets. And that's exactly what I was doing right there. And I did notice it was starting to get dark. So I had to make sure my light was on. Well, another light was turned on. So I was multitasking and just making sure stuff was ready to go. And I'm like, all right, I need to make sure I grab enough sheets. So I actually went through and counted how many cards remained. Because I knew I was getting close to the maximum amount of sheets that would fit into this binder. So I wanted to make sure there would be enough for the Pendulum cards and for the Link monsters. So here I'm just going back, looking, and seeing, all right, what's all in here? Is there still space? And to check that, I had to flip everything back onto the one side, see where it came up to on the straight side to make that judgment call. And then it's flipping everything back over. And yes, I have a lot of cards. But it's those little things. And here, I was just making sure I grabbed enough sheets for what I was going to need. And you can see by how the left side of the binder is trying to be really close to that edge, the binder is almost at capacity. And actually, this binder ends up having less sheets in it than binder 1. Which actually is kind of funny. But I had to keep going and keep adding all of the Pendulum monsters. And if you were paying attention while I was counting them, you got to see the special Pendulum card that I had, which is the very last one in the pile, because I kept everything in the same order as where the normal categories would have been. So, like, normal was first. The effect pendulums are obviously second. And then special ones would be at the end in the corresponding order as to how they are ordered for how I have them all sorted anyways. So it's going in, putting all the spellcasters in. There's a lot of them that are pendulum monsters. Like, I will openly say that. There are so many. But some of them are very powerful cards. So I can't complain. And I know I'm getting close to the end of this binder here, so it's like, alright, let's just power through, get this done. We got this. We can do it. And then I double counted again, just to make sure, because there have been times where I have counted the amount of pages I need, and I still put in the wrong number. Because I get distracted. It happens. And the final pendulum card I had was an Xyz pendulum. So to play it, you would need to summon it how you would summon a normal Xyz monster. but it has the effects of being a pendulum monster. It's one of those weird ones. But not as weird as the Link monsters, which I will openly say I have never used them. I have a few. I have never really used them because I never really understood how to summon them. So that is something that might end up changing in the future, but we will see. And with them, I actually used their link number to help put them in orders that made sense because I wasn't sure how else to organize these. There is not many. But with this is the final monster type getting added to the binders, and that means all that's left are the spells and traps. Which, those are going to be their own challenge. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!